Good morning. It's the end of November, and I thought it would be a good time to walk through the garden today because it's actually sunny today. It's been so wet and kind of gloomy. So we'll just walk around today a little bit and look at all the flowers that are left. There's not a lot of it, and kind of see where everything is at. Let's see. Well, you can see I've lost most of the leaves on my fruit tree here. And we had hard frost last night. It's a little bit late now, so everything is thawing out finally with the sun. But the fruit tree, this is a plum here. This is a Stanley, I think. And my hellebores are super happy, this guy here. But I've got hard frost damage, of course. And yeah, we'll just take a look around. So, now that everything is losing its leaves and I'm starting to, you can see I'm really losing leaves here. Things are starting to die back. We can see some of the evergreens and some of the hardy, super hardy plants here a lot better. This is oregano here, which I have year round pretty much. And unbelievably, I've still got some cute little fuchsias that are blooming. And some of the fuchsias that I started are still here and alive and happy. But, my little starts are pretty much done for. I don't think these are germinating. I've just decided to leave them here because I don't have time to clean them. And then I've got some little baby starts over here that I'm trying to keep alive. Yeah, and just kind of moving through. I've still got, this is a very sheltered spot, so this guy's only a little bit frozen. And more hellebores right here. Oh, you can hardly see with the sun. And more fuchsias that I started. Some Cape fuchsia there. And then my maple is definitely done. These leaves are just, they're still stuck on the tree here, which gives it a bit of insulation, but it's definitely wrapping up. I'm pretty surprised by this. This is Geum, and it's still alive. It's still green. I thought it would die. I've still got snapdragons that are alive too, which is even crazier, right? Look at this. So, very hardy. Those are self-sown. Let me show you my little birdies up here. So I put out the bird feeder again today. And, oh, look at the ice in the water. Huh? Look at that. Big old block of ice. So we froze pretty hard last night. We continued to freeze every night now. But I've still got boxwood. I've still got some snapdragons. I've got my tricolor sage. The hydrangea has long gone to sleep. The willow here needs to be trimmed back. But, there's a surprising amount of green still, right? Because we've only, I don't know, the plants, they're pretty hardy. The wood chips it's an incredible insulator. And so you can see actually a lot of the irises have died back to the ground, and now they just have little shoots on their crowns. Oh, it's super frozen right here. Yeah, this is not a warm spot in the garden. Let's see, what do we got? We got a lot of just stuff that needs to be cleaned up, and things that just need to be pruned. And then over here we've got a lot of tubers that need to be dug up, which I'm hoping that I will be digging up today. We'll see. It's pretty cold, so I am not so keen about doing that right now. Obviously, blueberries and such are all in sleepies. I've got some crossed branches on here that I've got to take care of, so I'll probably do that maybe in early spring. This, I transplanted a plant, so that's why there's a big hole there. But there's this, I've got little buds. Azalea, deciduous azalea. I got to trim back a bunch of these. I'm not going to trim these back until early spring because we're going to have a lot of freeze and thaws between now and spring. And if I do it now, there's a chance that I'll lose branches. But my roses are still doing really good. Like, this one froze, you can see, but this is still alive and pink, which is pretty incredible to me. I'm actually gonna cross back around because it's cold. Yeah, look at this rose. I mean, it's still, blooming. I've still got yarrow. I've got this crazy plum here, which is very big, got very, very large. Needs to be pruned back because it's got so many water sprouts. Look at these sprouts going way into the sky. I don't need that, so I'm going to prune that back. And dahlia that needs to be dug out, which I really don't want to do. It's so cold. I'm gonna wait for it to warm up and thaw out. I don't want to work in the soil. It's not great. But they're still green, right? They haven't lost their leaves. Isn't that crazy? I think that's pretty crazy. Oh, okay. Well, it's time to take out all the tubers because look, the tubers are done. So I'm gonna go take those out. Oh, maybe later today when it warms up a little bit because it's still pretty chilly. But yeah, and then my kiwi vine here, which is kind of struggling. You can't really see them. Okay, well, whatever. Winter, it's a thing. All right, let's see. We got roses. We got a big ass rose that needs to be cut back because it just sends out this huge, massive spike. Not useful. And I have peas right there. That's funny. I put in these violas along the edges because I thought that would be cute. And I've got rosemary, that's evergreen, and sage and green onions. And I've got things sprouting even though it's so dang cold. But stuff is still coming up. And I've got garlic over here that's also coming up. And yeah, I'm getting a lot of plants munched right there, which I'm not too happy with. This just needs to be cleaned up real bad. It's a mess. And all these need to be dug out too. This is another dahlia that needs to be dug up. And my trees that are, I want to see, but look at this Chief Joseph. This is the time where they really, really shine. So Chief Joseph pines turn this beautiful golden color, and they are just so beautiful. So I've still got little bits of color for fall. You can see beautiful, beautiful color on these. But we're heading into winter now. Oh, you can't even see. This is the black scabiosa, still blooming. I can't believe that, really. And these guys are blooming too, even though it's frozen. The primroses don't seem to care, so that works for me. And then let's walk a little bit to the back. Well, maybe we'll walk through the forest and then to the back. So the forest is here. Oh yeah, I have a greenhouse now. It's awesome. I haven't even used it. It's literally brand new. This is just dead plant material that I threw here, but forest is in its winter coat, and it's very pretty. I had this guy fall down. This is the stake for this big boy here, but I haven't gotten it in the ground because it's cold. And then I've got needles falling from this guy. Just so beautiful, the larch. But larches look like absolute trash in the winter. So they are deciduous. It's a deciduous pine. And then this is the beech. But you can see swollen buds. So it looks dead, but it won't be for long. And then I've started to add some additional support for my trees because they need it. I think it's going to be a pretty quick tour because everything's sort of napping, you know, but it's okay. Sometimes you gotta rest. So, little roses trying to bloom still. Lots of weeds coming up. This is definitely a weed right here, but I don't need that. You know? And the woolly thyme is all in. I put in some bulbs just kind of over here, so hopefully that'll keep them for a while. Look at this guy. This is a butylon. A butylon. They're beautiful. I love it. It's gorgeous. I don't know how hardy it is, so I'll find out, I guess. But if necessary, if it dies on the top, I'll wheel it to the back. And then we've got a mock orange right there. This is just like storage right now for the winter. Just lots of crap on the ground. Peony going to sleep. Look at this blooming rose. It's kind of funny that, you know, the plants, they want so desperately to reproduce. And so they'll make, you know, what's crazy is this flower all year has been white, but the cold changes its color. We've got some calla lilies there, black ones. So it gets very cold in this little walkway here. But you can see my big rose arch. There's a bloom up there too. And some blooms over here. Well, not, I guess there's some blooms over here. They're kind of frozen too. Everything, I would expect everything to be frozen right now. Very wet. It's been wet. So you can see my rhubarb. I need to cut it back some more, and harvest it, I guess. Let's look at some ice. So you can see, yep, hard frost. We are there. We are there with the winterness. I decided not to cut these back. No, I didn't. I was just lazy and never got around to it. These guys, this is a winter jasmine. It's gonna bloom very soon. So this just needs to be trellised back up. They don't really stand up by themselves, so they need some help. So I'll probably do a little bit of that today-ish. I've got mint that's still alive, so that's pretty exciting. All the strawberries, of course, are totally fine. They are very hardy. My plum, oh no, this is a cherry tree. Lots and lots of bud swelling happening on here. You can see bud breaks. I've already trimmed this guy back significantly. So I would anticipate not really needing to trim this guy this year. Maybe Maybe just this branch because it's starting to get a little in the way of the walkway. But it's just a cleaning, you know. Look, more roses. Look, pretty little roses that are still blooming, even in the cold. They can't open. It's too cold for them to open, but it doesn't stop them from trying, you know. Even this big one, making little buds. And they're much more colorful when it's cold, too. Another cherry tree. This one needs a pruning for sure because you can see the big water sprouts. So I try to keep my cherries very, very small because I am very small. And so having them be big does not help me. This is a vegetable that we use for soup. So I'll be harvesting that today. And then we've got, I don't even know what this is called. Gunjai. And it's an herb that we eat. I covered up this entire bed. This is my Gotucolas, which is a very, very frost sensitive plant. Actually, it's still alive. So you can see they're still happy here. But it's, you know, it's to keep the bed from freezing. And then I just left all the leaves here because I think the leaves will help keep everything warm. And then you can see, look at my figs that never made it. They won't make it this year. Cute little apple tree that makes absolutely terrible apples. I probably won't eat them again next year. More roses. I love that the roses bloom right through the very cold. It doesn't make any sense. You know, they freeze and then they die, but they'll still make more. Kind of crazy, right? And they're very green. You know, you can see that too. Oh, it's cold. One of the things that I want to do this year is take out all this netting. I hate it. It's just very frustrating to work with. And it just makes it hard. Makes life difficult. I don't like that. So I'll be doing that. I got to prune out the raspberries, but I'm waiting for them to die back. I've got lots of time to do that. I only need to do it before spring. So I'll wait for a warmer day. And then lots of things in the ground. Just waiting for spring. So I've got blueberries in various stages. This one still has its leaves for some reason, but you can see right next to it is a completely naked one. So it really just depends on each individual plant. But everything is sleeping. And yeah, losing its leaves, dropping everything on the ground. Kind of expected. Sage back here. This is the delicious pear tree and the absolutely monstrous peach tree. This needs to be cut back so badly. So I'll be doing that as well. I got to take it down probably by about a half to a third to a half at least. And then I've got little berries over there. And yeah, I mean, the herbs are the best part, right? They're still alive. I've still got Ravram back here, still alive too. So things are cold but alive. Oh, I just realized we forgot to walk through the beds in the front. So let's walk back and we can do that. Very cold, but plants are so resilient. Like, look at my mint. Happy as a clam, don't care, still alive. This guy will probably die back soon. This is not as hardy as its friends, but it'll come back. All right, let's walk back to the front. Oh, my nose is running. It's so cold. Okay. So, the beds. Let's see. I don't even remember what's in the beds. I know this bed is full of snapdragons, and snapdragons and a cover crop that I grew of cilantro and violas. But you know, even though it's cold, look at this. I love them. And then over here, we've got bulbs. So they're all pretty much dying to the ground. And then more stuff that I'm overwintering. Lots and lots and lots of frost damage everywhere. But the fruit kind of okay. This bed is empty. Should be pretty much fallow. You can take a look. It should empty. Yeah. It's just got some cannas over there that I need to transplant. And then over here should just be some nigella. Yeah. So I'm gonna dig up this bed. Oh, there's fennel over there, still alive. That's surprising. But I've got some stuff here that I need to transplant. So the nigella needs to be moved because I'm gonna put my dahlias over here, maybe. I haven't decided. This bed needs to be cleaned up because my rose is in here and snapdragons, but they're definitely gonna be dead. Yeah, you can see, very dead. So that just needs cleaning up and emptied. I expect that bed to be pretty empty. This is the forever kale that is amazing, and more violas. Big violas. And then we've got artichoke. Oh wow. Endive. And in here we have some ornamental kale, which is just really holding space. There's really nothing in here either. Just a bunch of junk stuff. Cilantro, because we gotta have cilantro everywhere. Really pretty ornamental kale. That's about it. Nothing really worthwhile. And then this is just covering up the soil, onions and stuff. I just need to cover this up again because the wind blew it open. I got some sunflower seeds out for the birds here. Hopefully the birds will come get them. And that's it. That's all I got. Okay. Well, I think this vine is toast. So I guess I'll be cleaning that too. All right. Bye.